Alright, well, you're seeing me here on YouTube, so that means my modeling career never got off the ground, so that's unfortunate. I really thought that I would be discovered like Courtney Cox. I guess that reference is a little outdated by now. Either way, I'm starting my own advice channel. It's called Ask Your Dad. What I'm going to be doing is putting out topics, putting out ideas that I think that people should talk to their dads about, or talk to their moms about, or talk to a mentor about. Things that would help you grow as a person, push you intellectually, and challenge you to be better. First thing I want to talk about, best advice I've ever received in my entire life. Game changer, totally changed the way I think about who I interact with, who I surround myself with, and that is, simply put, surround yourself with people that you want to be like. So I know what you're thinking, surround myself with people that I think are cool or wealthy and I want to achieve the same status that they might have. Wrong. It's wrong. Society's pushing out all these things to us that are saying, hey, this is the way you need to dress, this is the way you need to act, this is the way you need to feel about certain current events or certain brands that you need to be wearing. There's so much garbage out there, it's really hard to sift through it and know what is going to be beneficial for you to consume. As a parent, my wife and I, we struggle a lot with getting information in from social media, from the news, and from all of these things, and what's good, what's fruitful, what are some things that we should be having more of, and what are some things that we might be cutting out. Oh, I hear a kid. I think I might have woke one of my kids up. Going back to my original point, surround yourself with people that you want to be like. This could happen in any aspect of your life. I heard it when I was a young man going into college. I wanted to kind of change my life around. I wasn't doing the things that I ought to be doing to grow as a man. And so I sought out people that I thought were doing those things well. I sought out mentors, and it worked out very well. It turns out that the people that you spend the most amount of time with are very influential. Obviously, it sounds very easy, but if you're hanging out with people that are probably doing some stuff you shouldn't be doing, you're probably going to be doing some stuff you shouldn't be doing. If you're hanging out with a bunch of starfish, you might end up becoming a starfish. Okay, probably not that last one, but you see what I'm saying? I don't have to pull up a bunch of studies to show you, to prove this to you. This is all very common sense. Tangential to this idea is one time I asked this bodybuilder about calves, because as young men, sometimes some of us get really into going to the gym and some of us get really into like World War II or something like that. And I chose to get really into the gym. So I asked this bodybuilder one time, I said, hey, I heard, tribal knowledge, I heard from somebody that you shouldn't have to work on your calves too much because it's more genetic than anything that you could really do or to affect them in the gym. And he asked me, in hindsight, the dumbest question he could probably ask me that is so obvious to me. He said, did the person who told you this have bigger calves than I do? And I thought, no. And he said, then why would you listen to that person? Mind blown. Such an easy thing to translate to the rest of your life. If someone's not doing something great, why would I seek that person's advice on how to do that thing that they're not doing that great? If I'm interested in the stock market, I'm probably not going to ask somebody who doesn't even have a savings account. If I'm interested in fitness, I'm probably not going to ask somebody who's a bit of a couch potato. If I'm wanting to know how to train for the marathon, I'm probably not going to ask, I don't know. I don't know who. There's a lot of people you probably want to ask for that. I guess you want to ask somebody who's never run a marathon. That seems simple enough. If you want to grow in your faith, surround yourself with men and women who will push you, who will challenge you to grow in your faith. If you want to grow in your relationships, such as a relationship with your spouse or significant other, if you're part of the younger generation, you probably don't want to be taking advice from people that have, one, never been married if you're talking about your spouse, or two, people that have been in multiple relationships where it seems like it's a chronic breakup situation. Probably not the best people to get advice from. So not only are you seeking advice from the right types of people, but also, going back to what I said, surround yourself with the kind of people that you want to be like. All of this seems so obvious to some. The reason I'm putting this out is currently I'm active duty military. I hear some of the worst advice I've ever heard in my entire life just being given out, free advice from anybody who'll listen. And I'm trying to put it together, a sort of, I guess, channel to combat some of that bad advice, or bad gouge, as they like to say in the military. So to round this all back up, surround yourself with people that you want to be like. continue to push yourself intellectually, do what you can to make yourself a better person. These are the things you should be really focusing on. If you like what you heard today, I'm going to keep trying to put out stuff, probably once a weekend. Like, follow, comment, let me know what you think.